I can. You're coming in loud and clear.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
trying my earphones.
Oh, okay. Those earbuds. Earbuds.
Earbuds, yeah.
Awesome.
Apple.
Hey Gary, I'm waiting for one more board member so that we can start the meeting.
Okay. Thanks, Essa. Hi, Jason.
Hey Gary, how's everything?
Good. How about yourself?
Another day, right?
So glad we could pull you off the golf course on a Friday afternoon. Now,
Oh, I wish I was. But
Okay, we have Lewis.
yeah.
oh, wonderful. Okay. That gets us to 5. Okay. Okay. Are we ready, Essa? Okay, so I would like to call this meeting to order. This is a special Board of Directors meeting for the Hawaii Housing Finance and Development Corporation. Today is October 25th, 2024. It is 2 p.m. And I'd like to start with taking a roll call. Essa, could you please take roll?
Today in attendance, we have Chair Gary Mackler and Directors Sean Sasaki, Jason Bradshaw, Jay Kimura, and Luis Salavera.
Okay, well, that gets us to 5, so we have established a quorum. I do want to ask board members, since we're all attending remotely today, if you could let us know if there's anyone else present with you, and if so, could you identify them?
No one present by myself. Thank you.
Thank you. Um,
No one with me.
okay, how about you, Sean?
I have no one with me as well.
Okay, and Louis?
Yep, nobody here with me, Chair. Thank you.
I'm here by myself, so thank you for that. So what I'd like to do, we have one agenda item today, which is a deferred item from the last regular board meeting. And what I'll do is, after I've read the for action, I will ask staff to come up to present. And then because we had a letter of concern testimony last month from the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters, I'll ask Linda Chow, our Deputy Attorney General, to also speak to that concern. So at this time, item 2A on today's agenda, which is to approve resolution number 208, authorizing the issuance of Hula May multifamily tax exempt revenue bonds for the Palolo Homes Acquisition and Rehabilitation Project located in Honolulu, Oahu, TMK numbers 13-4-007, 016, and 018, and 13-4-008, 002. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you. So I will ask staff to come up to present the for action. And then after the presentations, I will ask for any public testimony. So are you, David, presenting today?
Yes, Chair.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, members of the board, for convening for this special meeting today. I appreciate your time and consideration for this item. This for action, as Chair mentioned, is for the Palolo Valley Homes Acquisition and Rehabilitation Project located in Honolulu, Oahu. This initiative involves refurbishing 306 affordable rental units spread across 65 buildings. The project aims to provide long-term housing for low-income families with affordability restrictions lasting committed to 61 years. The rental units will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 bedroom units, serving households earning between 30 to 60% of the area median gross income. There are units that are also reserved for Section 8 vouchers. In addition to the upgrades, the community will now feature amenities such as a learning center, a playground, and a public meeting space. The financing for the project includes a combination of tax-exempt revenue bonds through the Hula May Multifamily Bond Program, federal and state low-income housing tax credits, or LIHTC, and a loan from the Rental Housing Revolving Fund. On August 10th, 2023, the HHFDC Board of Directors approved $31.5 million in tax-exempt bonds from the HMF bond program as Resolution 191. $2,790,000 in federal low-income housing tax credits over 10 years, and $2,790,000 in state LIHTC over 5 years. The Rental Housing Revolving Fund was also approved up to the amount of $14,965,000. On October 10th, 2023, the governor sent his approval for the initial approval to issue revenue bonds. The current cost of the project is a total project cost of $60,319,639. The project has received its building permits and has final financial closing scheduled for November 2024. At that time, the project hopes to begin its phased rehabilitation with completion targeted for March 2026. The project has completed all other necessary requirements for bond issuance. The awardee expects the bond issuance to fund over 50% of the project's anticipated basis, which qualifies it to receive federal 4% low-income housing tax credits and the corresponding state LIHTC. Staff did conduct a Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibilities Act, or TEFRA hearing on July 26, 2024. The project has satisfied all checklist items from HHFDC for closing. Resolution 208, which is in front of you today, satisfies the requirement to accomplish and complete the HMF bond sale, which is attached to the for-action as Exhibit C. The resolution authorized the sale, issuance, and delivery of HMF bonds in a principal amount not to exceed $31,500,000 for the purpose of making a mortgage loan to provide financing to the awardee and to the project. It also determines and prescribes certain other matters relating hereto, and approves and authorizes related actions and the execution and delivery of related documents and agreements. The final bond issuance is subject to the availability of volume cap, approval by the Department of Budget and Finance, and approval by the governor. Staff recommends that the HHFDC Board of Directors approve the following. Recommend approval of Resolution 208, which authorizes the tax-exempt issuance of up to $31,500,000 from the HMF bond program, subject to the provisions and conditions detailed therein, and to authorize the Executive Director to undertake all tasks necessary to effectuate the purposes of the for-action.
Thank you, David. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Chow if you could offer some comments to the concern that was raised at the last regular board meeting by the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters with respect to the project labor agreement.
Yes, Chair. So the project labor agreement is a requirement that was put in place by the governor for projects that involve public works or construction that is done pursuant to state bond financing. So in this case, arguably the issuance of the bonds by HHFDC would trigger the requirement for the project to be covered by the project labor agreement or the agreement to be bound requirement. However, that requirement was made effective pursuant to DAG's administrative memos from July 1st, 2024 on. All of the subject, the request for the applications and the response to the applications and the approval of the application was done prior to July 1st, 2024. As such, it's been deemed by our office that this is not subject to the project labor agreement. This project is not subject to the project labor agreement based on the timing of when the application request went out and the application was approved.
Okay, thank you very much for your insight there. I'd like to open it up for questions, directors, if you have questions for our finance manager or our deputy AG. This would be the time. Anybody?
Chair, this is Louis.
Sure.
Is it possible for us to enter into executive session in order to receive any legal advice from the Deputy Attorney General's office?
We can if it's deemed necessary. I would, are you asking for us to go into executive session, Director?
Just so for the purposes of receiving any kind of legal advice with regards to how we proceed with this for action.
Okay, well, let me ask Ms. Chow if she feels that that would be the appropriate step to take at this time to go into an executive session, or if it's not necessary at this time.
My apologies. I think going to executive session would be a good idea at this time.
Oh, okay. In that case,
Shall I make a motion, Chair?
you know, before you do that, Director Salaveria, I'm just going to see if there's anyone in the public who'd like to give testimony on the agenda item first. Is there anyone who is viewing this meeting who would like to offer testimony on this agenda item?
Hi, Chair Mark Clemente on behalf of the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters.
Hi. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair, board members. Mark Clemente on behalf of the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters. As I mentioned in my testimony, our main concern is really just the applicability of PLAs for projects that do come through the HHFDC. And we do urge that an addendum to RFPs are added to make it clear that projects that are financed by HHFDC are the PLA is applicable.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to offer testimony? Okay, if not, I will ask for a motion to go into executive session. Is there a motion?
So moved, Chair.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jason. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Okay, so I guess Essa, if you could put us into executive session.
Okay. Okay, I think we're all back. Oh, Chair, you're muted.
So we just went into a brief executive session to discuss the applicability of PLAs to HHFDC finance projects. We're anticipating there will be further guidance given to the board at some future date. And but as it's been presented today, we can proceed in taking action on the agenda item for the Palolo Homes acquisition and rehabilitation project. So we do have a motion and we do have a second on the floor. And at this time, I'm going to call for the question. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Are there, I
Aye.
think, are there any opposed? Okay, hearing none, the motion carries. So thank you all for that. That ends our agenda today. Before we adjourn, I do want to thank the HHFDC staff for putting this special meeting together. I know it's a lot of additional work, so thank you for that. And with that, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn. Is there a motion?
So
moved, Chair.
moved. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, everyone have a great weekend. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.